Hey, yo, fellowshippers, what up? It's your boy Ralph, and welcome to the Fellowship Hall with the twins of Ralph. I am Ralph again, and I'm back with my fellas, twin number one, Keith, and twin number two, Ken. Fellas, how let the fellowshippers stay?
What's up, fellowshippers? Your boy Ken, aka the Moral Compass. Thank you guys for tuning in with us today.
What's up, fellowshippers? Welcome into the fellowship hall, as Big Ham likes to say. You know me, Keith, the moderator. Let's go ahead and jump into it. This has been a good couple of episodes, and now we're going to review season 1, episode 3 of Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. Big Ham, go ahead and let us know your initial reaction.
Hey man, I thought it was a good episode, man. I'm ready to see a little more action popping. So now we starting to see, Kanan really get involved in the game. You know, even though it's behind rock back, it seems like everything always have it behind rock back, Kanan. You know what I'm saying? So he went and purchased his little, his little ounce, or I don't even think it was an ounce. You know, his little pieces of rock from his cocaine from Marvin, and he out there making the sale, and he talked about how he got addicted to that first sale.
That high, yeah, it's almost like that high.
Yeah, and then we see Marvin going through jukebox stuff, man, which was really creepy, man. And do you think he was going through trying to steal some of the clothes or steal some money? I don't know, but that really was creepy, man. I ain't like that.
He took some out of the drawer too.
Huh?
He took some out of her drawer too and put it in
like
her pocket.
A battery or something.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. So then you see Jukebox. You see how she gets her merchandise, and then you saw her out there hustling. Mm-hmm. And that was all cool. You started to see how the operation works and how everything's going. You saw Lulu continue. Lulu turned out to be my favorite character on the show, bro.
He's so cool, man.
He's so cool, and he loyal to the game. He do his thing. He even held. He even killed. He just doing his thing, man. He's probably my favorite person in the show. Marvin still irritates me tremendously. And my second favorite person on the show is Nick. He's gonna be raising war now because he see that she got one up on him, and I don't know why they sitting there. I don't know if Rock didn't tell him what she did, but I don't know why they sitting there in his territory for him to see that they sitting there watching his corners be dead. I don't know why they was doing that. That's why I said on last week, I don't like the way Rock running the organization. She's not running the organization. It's not a fine-tuned machine. I know all the time you want the right hand and know what the left hand is doing, but at some point in time, there needs to be some communication going on so things will be a little tighter. And it seems like right now she's more concerned with Symphony, who I don't know why, man. I don't trust him. He might be a plant, man.
He might be.
He might be a federal plant. And then, I just don't think Rock running the organization well. But I like the way the story's progressing. Yeah. I don't see any bad writing points that I could just point out that was just like, yuck. I didn't see any of that. Which after watching The Shy is a welcome thing. Which actually after watching the end of the last 3 seasons of the first Power is a welcome act as well. So I'm enjoying the show, man. I'm investing in all these stories. One person that I also didn't like, man, was Lou's girl, old boy's sister. What's her name? Jessica.
Jess, yeah.
Jess, man, I don't like her, man. First of all, we just met you. Don't you be trying to talk bad on my sister and trying to divide and conquer and try to boost me up and talk bad about her and telling me, don't do that. And then number one, we up in this spot. I'm working and you in here trying to promote your brother. Don't do that. It ain't the place for that. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't like that at all, man. I ain't like that at all. So she might gonna have to find herself somewhere in one of our future segments. But other than that, man, it's a good show. Yeah, the show moving along well. Ian, I'm sorry. Jukebox was singing again. I told you about what get used to it. That's a storyline, man.
I'll address it.
But yeah, another good, to steal a word from Ken, a solid episode, man. A really solid episode.
Go ahead, Ken.
I thought it was an okay episode. I'm not even gonna say it was solid for me this week. Nothing atrocious happened, but nothing outstanding happened either. It was just kind of a filler episode in my opinion to move the show along. As far as the whole Rock, I still think she's making power moves. I still think she's the smartest one on the show, doing the things she needs to do. And as far as keeping the team all knowing what's going on, I think Lulu and Melvin did know what was going on
Oh
because
yeah,
Marvin.
that's Marvin. Why do I
yeah,
keep calling
Marvin.
you
Yeah,
Melvin? My bad.
I don't know.
Marvin did know what was going on because they were like, "Oh, Neek's corners are empty," and then Lou like, "Cause they ain't got nothing to sell." So they knew
Ain't got
what was
nobody.
going
Yeah.
on. And
Mm-hmm.
I think they were there, so on that block, and they didn't care if he saw him because once he pulled up, they started up and drove past him. So I don't think they were there, out of ignorance or anything like that. I think they were there to check out his scene, and they didn't care if he saw them. That's the way I felt. The thing about the whole jukebox singing and stuff, it is what it is. I will get to it in probably later segments. But then the whole thing with Kanan is, I don't know. Kanan is a little bit too reckless for me, I think, or at least he's getting that way. Like at the stash house when he ran out to see old girl. I mean, obviously, he's still in high school. He only 15, so he likes this little girl or whatever, and he's trying to do things to help her and her little sister out, but it just seemed like he a little bit too sentimental right now. It's not the Kanan that I've grown to know, and I know you guys have been saying in some of the previous episodes that you guys expect him to be that savage and that savageness. And I've kind of been running to his aid, saying, he's still a kid. He just got in the game. He hadn't had a chance to develop, and now I'm just seeing him a little bit too reckless right now. And obviously, it's going to change. I got one question for you guys, and then I'm gonna go ahead and finish my reaction. But this little girl is not Sean's mom, is she? Do we know Sean's mom's name? Obviously, if we went back and looked at some of the Power episodes, we could figure it out. But I don't know if this is Sean's mother or not.
I don't remember her name.
Yeah. Okay. And then the last thing was the whole at the beginning of the show, the chase scene where Omar Epps keeping up with dude running, was unbelievable. And not unbelievable in a good way. I mean, not believable as in not believable. Him keeping up with this dude, cutting all these corners and only run out of steam at the laundromat. And then it sounds like it's because of his counselor that he ran out of steam, not because he's old and busted. So I don't know. It was that part I didn't care
He
for.
was he was barely picking him up, putting him down. Oh boy, running hard.
Exactly.
He ran his tail.
Yeah, I mean, and then he running in a two-piece suit with a trench coat on, had some church shoes, and it makes sense.
Was it a leather suit?
A leather jacket. It probably was a leather trench coat. But other than that, it was like I said, it was an okay episode. I'm still feeling the show. I don't have anything too bad about the writing. But just that scene to me wasn't believable. But other than that, it was okay. It was just a show to move along. I'm sorry. One thing that really bothered me was when they were still in the coast from the truck and the security guard came on. When dude got him off him, there was no need for him to continue beating him up. I mean, was that Duda? What was going on? Why did he keep punching the guy for no reason? And Jukebox had to come back to save him without her little face mask on. So I don't even know if that's gonna come back to haunt them. But that
You
was
be
that was one thing I
nitpicky,
didn't
bro.
like.
I,
So
I
what?
agree, man. I agree with
You
Ken.
be
He said
nitpicky,
Razor
man.
be nitpicking.
Folks get the fighting, man. Sometimes they don't control themselves.
He wasn't fighting though. Dude grabbed him, and he was in the wrong. So why is he gonna be there and just try to continue pounding on the dude? That's just not me, man. I'm the moral compass. I'm trying to
Man,
keep it
you
straight
went
and
there, be
narrow.
there trying to steal that in the first place.
But if I'm there, I'm trying to get away. If we trying
You
to
talking
get
about
away, I
you
ain't got
talking about
time to keep
dude.
beating.
You talking about he in a row like he care. He don't care about being in a row. He just trying not to get caught.
Yeah, he right, Ken.
Staying there is
He in a
increasing his chance
row.
of getting
They
caught.
don't care about being in a row.
Staying there is increasing his chances of getting caught.
If he grab you, you in a row. That's why he would beat him up. He was in a row.
It's in the wrong. Yeah.
But he's staying there, and his other cats is inside the building or warehouse or whatever. So I'm saying, just get them off you and leave. Why you got to stay there and keep
Yeah, that's a
beating them?
smart thing to do, but I
Yeah,
don't know.
I
Well,
understand.
oh,
I understand Ken's comment, but completely agree with Rav. Like he's in the
Big
wrong, so
surprise.
that's where it's the truth. He's in the wrong. That's why he's there doing that stuff and doing what he can. But anyway,
Obviously, he in the wrong.
Anyway, so
Get on with your reaction, man.
while y'all were talking, I looked up while y'all were talking, I looked up her name in Power, and her name in Power was Jarita, but this girl name is Davina or something like that. So it's clearly different people. So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go, fellowshippers. I'm doing that work for you. All right, let me go ahead and give you my reaction. I agree with Big Ham. I thought this was a pretty good episode. It wasn't great, but it was good.
Yeah,
You
it
know
wasn't
what?
great. It was good though.
What really I kind of felt
It's
myself
okay.
thinking throughout this episode was that Rock was doing smart things and Jukebox was way sharper than everybody else right now. When and Jukebox shined to me, not with her singing, but she shined to me when her and Kanan and Famous was in the park, were in the park, and she was like, "How much you selling it for?" And he was like, "Marvin said 25," and then she was like, "You selling to white people? You know, you can charge more." And like Kanan, that never thought crossed Kanan's mind. You know, Jukebox was always thinking ahead. Like Jukebox is clearly behind Rock as the next smartest person on this episode. Like Lulu is cool. Lulu is collected, but you know he's not trying to win any spelling bees. He's there doing his business and he's doing it smooth, but he's just doing business. But Juke and Rock are really thinking, and Rock going to that power move of talking to the dude to get the connect. So I was impressed that she did. I was hoping that she was gonna try to find a connect for herself to try to do directly with him, but for her to try to get in Unique's way, it was still a good power move. I think Ghost would have been a little bit different if he was in that situation, but nevertheless, she's not Ghost. It's Rock,
I
and she's
Yeah,
still
you
thought,
doing
couldn't
good.
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Ray.
I thought the dude kind of built it kind of easy.
Well, I mean,
I
I
feel like
think
he should be in a better position than to wilt that easy. And shout out, I don't know if y'all didn't watch Wire, but shout out to my boy that played D'Angelo Barksdale from the Wire playing the
Dean,
Connect guy.
yeah, he was
Yeah,
in The
he was
Walking
in
Dead
The
and
Walking
stuff.
Dead. Yeah,
Hmm.
we knew him from The Walking Dead.
Okay, I ain't
He's
watched
been
that.
in a
But
few
he was the
shows.
connect.
He was a
No,
Connect.
he
Yeah,
was a
he was
connect,
the
but
connect.
I'm talking about. I was saying that I thought Rock was gonna try to get in touch with the person that he gets his stuff from whatever overseas or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. So not sorry. I thought he was gonna try to
Cartel
get the cartel connect, not Dean, but yeah. Anyway,
trying to get
so
a kill,
Juke,
bro.
maybe Juke and Rock, impressed me this episode. And I have to agree with Ken, man. I'm seeing Kanan as a little kid. I'm not seeing Kanan as this savage that we feel like he should be. And that's it's not taken away from the show, but it's just a little, different or strange to me. Like when he was
It's
sitting there
hard to
tying
believe.
his
It's
shoe.
hard to wrap your mind around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When he was sitting there tying his shoe, like I was like, man, this is a little kid in this room. Like this ain't Kanan.
I thought it was Jukebox.
Huh?
I
You
thought
thought
it
it was
was
Jukebox
Jukebox
tying his shoe
doing.
first?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but I will say this: I didn't feel comfortable with Jukebox telling her friend that she was going to steal. I was like, what is Jukebox doing telling trade secrets? You know what I
Puppy
mean?
love. Puppy
I
love.
didn't. Yeah, I guess so. I didn't like that so much, but that was the only negative for Jukebox. Anything else? Yeah, I don't care for Omar Epps' character. And not because it's Omar Epps, and not because it's a police character, against our criminal protagonist, but I just don't like him as a cop.
Mm.
I'm Malcolm Howard. I got respect in these streets. I was like, man, that's so unbelievable. That's so
That
unbelievable for you to say that
was
in
a
this
little more
car.
believable than the way he took that leukemia diagnosis in the doctor's office.
You think so? I don't know. Sometimes the news hit you hard, and you kind of cope with it the best way you can.
Yeah.
Let me make one quick comment. There's something that Big Ham said about Marvin going through Jukebox's room.
Yeah.
He said it was creepy, but I don't know if it's creepy. I don't know if he's trying to make sure she's not into anything dirty or illegal. I think he's just checking up on her.
That's possible.
Because in last week's episode, remember when he picked up Kanan, he asked Jukebox if she wanted to ride, and she was like, "No, I'm good." So it just seemed like they have a pretty
I'm
odd
straight.
relationship.
Yeah.
And then when he was like, "You gonna help me sell this?" and she was like, "No, I don't mess with anything that Marvin doing."
She
So
didn't say that.
their relationship is funny, but I don't think it's funny like he's abusive or doing something bad to her. I think he might be maybe overly strict on her or want her around all the time. And I think he was searching her room to see if she is stealing stuff That's why she having to bring the clothes she's stealing to Kanan's house. I don't know.
I
That's a
I,
understand
good.
it because
That's a good point, though,
the
King.
man just gave her first cousin, his nephew, some cocaine to go sell.
But
but
he in
your
the
kid
game,
is
though, Ralph.
different. Your kid is
Yeah,
different from somebody
that's
else's
true.
kid, man.
That's true.
Man, but I mean, we all brothers. We wouldn't do our other children like that. Like, all right, I'm gonna tell my daughter, look, you ain't gonna sell no clothes, you ain't gonna sell no dope. But hey, Keith, your son, come here. I need
This
you to go
man,
flip
this
this for me.
man just got through attacking me, telling me I wouldn't be on a warehouse in a warehouse truck stealing because it wouldn't be me. But now he can't grasp the concept of a dude being dirty to somebody else's kid and not
Yep.
his own.
That's one
What?
for
Come on,
King.
Candace is
man.
like a son.
Come
It's
on,
his
man.
nephew.
Hey, point for the moral compass.
Well, Rock let Kanan in the game, so he in the game. So I can't blame Marvin for
Yeah, I
letting
guess
him
so.
do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that's right.
But he also told him, "Don't tell your mama," didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah. So maybe it's different with guys, man. It may be different with guys than girls than daughters. I
it
can see that.
definitely is.
Yeah, I can see
I
Yeah,
that.
it
can't
definitely
say I
is.
can't say it from experience, but
Yeah, I can.
it's obvious to see.
Yeah. All right, fellowshippers. Thanks for sticking with us. Now we're gonna go to our favorite segment. Hopefully your favorite segment too, and that's our "Gots to Go" segment. And last week I explained it, but this week I'm gonna let Big Ham explain it. Go ahead, and explain it, Big Ham, since you love it so much.
Man, listen up, man. In this type of series, we have a criminal protagonist. We have people who are making things hard for our criminal protagonists. They're in the way, the unnecessary obstacles, and these obstacles got to go. And when we say got to go, we mean all in the gangway. They get brutally off. They getting up out of here violently. You understand what I'm saying? They got to go. This is
All
what this
right,
segment is
go.
all about. We do three of them, from 3 to 1.
Yeah.
Got to go.
All right, Big Ham, go ahead and give us your first "Gots to Go" from episode 3.
My number 3, got to go, is Jess. I kind of alluded to it earlier. I
Wow.
don't like how she was trying to be divisive, and her and Lou, they just getting to know each other, and she trying to talk his ear up about you're so smart, and you can do much better than this, and smarter than your sister. And I don't like that. And then I don't like how he working and she up in there trying to plug her brother as a rapper, which they might get into business later on, but her brother don't even like Lou being around her.
Right.
So how this gonna work? But I
Yeah.
just don't like her trying to get off in this ear this early in the game. She up to something, and I don't like it. So my number 3 got to go is Jess.
Hey, just giving out those real Holly feelings with Tommy.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
Good call.
And
King,
you know
go
how
ahead and
some dudes get when their nose get open, they don't
yeah,
see it until it's too late.
they'll
And
drown in the shower.
who better than talk about noses than you, fam?
There you go. King, go ahead and give us your number 3.
I'll walk right into that one. I'll walk right into it.
So you know what? I got a number 3. But since Raph already brought it up, I'm gonna give my number 2. My number 2 is Jess. Also, Jess
Mm-hmm.
has to go. Jess was not the bottom, but she wasn't the top. She was in the middle. Jess got to go, man. Like I'm watching this and I'm like, it is too soon for her to be talking all this stuff. Like he just met her what 2 days ago, 3 days ago, or whatever, and she
Yeah.
already know him better than he know himself. That's a
Yep.
Yeah.
weak line for
She
somebody
said,
that
"I
you've
know you."
known for less than a week. But yeah, Jess looks like she got the potential to cause problems. She getting in Lou head. Lou already been, second right hand man down for whatever. Smart, calm, collected, thoughtful. Lou is one of those cats that you can depend on. And then I think she can sow some seeds of discourse in his mind and end up being a wedge between him and the family. So just got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. We're gonna go ahead and make it unanimous because I wrote it down. Famous' sister Jess. She
Yep.
gotta go. She's giving, like I said, those Holly feels, man. Like Holly had Tommy's head all messed up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And guess what happened to Holly? She had to go.
She got
Had to
Um,
brutally
go.
murdered.
yeah, she got brutally murdered, man. And
And the baby.
I want,
And the
yeah,
baby.
I want to give Jess the benefit of the doubt, but for this episode, she was like all of a sudden his queen. You know what I mean? At least that's her mentality, or that's the way she came across as. I'm gonna tell you what's good for you, and you need to listen to me. And Lulu, like he didn't mind her hustle, what she was trying to sell her brother and whatnot. But Rav is right, Ken is right. For her to kind of put her mouth on Rock after seemingly a couple weeks, if not that, in the life and not really knowing what's going on, and she's already telling Lou what he should be doing. I think that she could be problems in the future. So I think I agree with you guys. Just got to go. I'm gonna go ahead and give my number two. My number two is a old reliable is Marvin. Marvin is being way too reckless, man. Marvin is being way too reckless. Him getting Kanan in the game, right? Like Rock got him
I
in the
rock that.
game. Rock got him in the game, but Marvin is like, hey, let me go ahead and let you sell this. He said, hey man, you just got in here. We gotta pull you in slow. But as soon as Kanan said, I can put in a good word with you for my mom, his mind changed just like that. And then I
Self-preservation.
I agree with Ralph. Him going through juke stuff. It was like, why is he doing this? Now, Ken brought up a great point that I really didn't think about. Is maybe he's just trying to check up on her, which may be the case. But nevertheless, he's still too reckless in my opinion. Him bringing the dog to the girl, like that wasn't reckless or anything, but it's like he getting into some kind of relationship where he feel like that this woman is all of a sudden, his lady or something, or being as important as some of his family. I don't necessarily know where that storyline is going. Marvin is being reckless. Marvin got to go. Looking at the preview for next week, Marvin is being reckless. I think Marvin got to go.
Who was the dude she was with in the first episode? Was it the
I
club
I
dude
think it
that
was
they
a
were looking
club
for at
owner.
first?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking about that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was a club owner they were looking at first. That was his only scene. He ain't said nothing. Maybe he said something
Mhm.
during that time, but that's it. But anyway, Big Ham, go ahead and give us your number two. No, you know
My
what?
number
Let
two got to
Ken.
go with Marvin. Like I said on last week, dudes
Okay.
like that get your whole organization either in jail or killed.
Yeah.
You know, just
He
like
the weak
Twin
link.
said. Twin said Rock gave orders for Kanan to be down there with Scrap. Learning,
Learn the
coming up through the
game.
game, learning it
Hmm.
the slow way, pulling them in slowly. And Kanan is a little overzealous, and Marvin instead of doing the responsible thing and the orderly thing that a soldier should do, steps out of line
Yep.
and messes something up. So he got to go, man. He got to go. He's going to get us caught up in something bad
Yeah.
soon, man. And he
Yeah.
got to go.
Ken, who's your number three that you're gonna now announce as number two?
It's still Detective Howard, man. I'm tired of
Mm.
his character. He's not doing anything for me. He I don't know. He's not making the show. He's not taking away from the show, but he's not adding anything to the show. I mean, like if he was like the main antagonist to Rock, the cop that's trying to take everybody down, then I could roll with that. But Unique is basically the main antagonist. Unique is going to come at her next week because of what happened this week, and
Hmm.
Howard, the fact
Was
that
in the
he
middle
went
of it.
ahead and flipped on it, because he's trying to make sure he please his boss or whatever and preserve his legacy. I don't know. I'm still ready for Howard to go. He's not adding much to the show, and right now he a liability to Rock and the family. So Howard got to get out of here.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in. How's my number one? I mentioned it in my reaction. I really don't care for his whole involvement in the show. Now, of course, you're gonna have a crooked black cop. Okay, that's writing, TV writing. But I don't find his crookedness or his character so believable to me. Now that's just
Right.
me. I don't know many cops. I don't know many crooked cops. I'm just saying from what from what I get as a TV watcher, I don't like his character so much, man. And nothing against Omar Epps, but the running scene, the leukemia scene, the rock scene, the Neek scene from last week, I can do without his whole storyline for right now. Like I don't need to see like a crooked cop trying to take down Unique or take down Rock. They can just have a random extra to be a cop and then show a arrest or show a release or whatever. I don't need a character background with Omar Epps being this crooked cop training his rookie partner or whatever. So my number one guys to go is Omar Epps and that I'm sorry, Detective Howard, and that is brutally murdered. Get him off the show.
The rookie partner
uh,
ain't even doing anything
well,
for me.
I know that
I'm gonna
storyline.
I'm gonna slightly disagree with you, Keith. We do need somebody on a law enforcement side with a good storyline,
It ain't
to
good.
be able, we because we had that in all the other powers. We had that with Sax and Angela and all of we had those in all other powers. So we do need a law enforcement official with a good storyline. But the problem with my number one got to go Howard is Omar Else is just dropping the ball on this road completely.
I feel like it too, man.
It's not
And
good.
y'all, y'all trust me. What I told y'all to do can act, but every week since then, y'all been talking about how he's not believable. And he's not, man. He's not acting well at all. He's not acting that part well. I don't know what it is. I never cared much for him as an actor, even though I like some movies he's in.
Yeah.
Just for the culture. But he's making. If they could have casted that part better, if they had casted that part better, the show would be so much better. And the
Yeah.
show was still pretty good with him as
It
that guy. But if they had casted a better law enforcement antagonist, it would be even better. But my number one got to go. And if leukemia don't get him, hopefully somebody off him quick is Officer Howard, so we get a better law enforcement antagonist in here.
Okay.
Okay. So Rav, I think we were in the
Completely
same,
unanimous
right?
for the first time ever,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, but
Lockstep.
Ken is gonna be different. Ken is gonna be different because Howard was his number 2. So who's your number 1, Ken? Surprise the fellowshippers.
It ain't gonna be a surprise. No, you
It's
know what?
Nick.
It is gonna be a surprise because it's not exactly the same as last week. It's a combination of last week and this week.
Okay.
The singing on the show. This is not
You gotta let that
Empire,
go.
man. This is not Empire, man. I don't watch Power to hear people singing all the time. We still got Jukebox and her love interest singing. Now we go into Dude's studio and we hear some cat singing. Then we got the little dudes at the park rapping that Famous got to be all enamored with where he leave Kanan high and dry. The singing is not doing it for me, man. I'm sorry. The singing is not doing it for me at all. And
But now, one thing I do like is the '90s music that's in the show, man.
Yeah.
They had come and talk to me about Jodeci over there. One time, I was like, hey, they jamming that shit. I was like,
man, go to YouTube. You can hear that stuff. You don't need
Yeah.
this. You don't need it on Power, man. I don't need it on Power, man. Cause like
you did pick it, man. It ain't that bad, bro.
it's wasting
unnecessary.
time from actual story though, Ralph. That's my thing, man.
I
Like
give it.
But
going
it
into
is
that,
Jukebox story. That's what I told you. That's a story.
Listen.
all of it one Jukebox. When Lou went in there, this dude in the studio singing, Famous Nim out there listen to these cats rap or whatever, and then they showing him rap. I don't care about Famous rapping, man.
Obviously,
I'm
they're
ready
gonna
for
write
Famous to
Famous
go.
in. They're gonna write Famous in as a rapper rapping under whatever entertainment thing that Lou gonna be doing in the future.
Maybe.
It's
But
obvious
listen,
what they were foreshadowing.
Listen, I agree with Rav. Ken is nitpicking, but I'll be honest with the fellowshippers. I'm sorry, Ken. Hold on. I'll be honest with the fellowshippers. Jukebox was going to be my number 3. Before the whole scene with Famous Sister, and I had wrote this comment down. I was gonna be like, Jukebox singing, not Jukebox, because I like Jukebox this episode, but Jukebox's singing has got to go because clearly she's a cop now. She's not a singer, so nothing's gonna come about it. You know what I mean? So let it go, man. Let it go. A crooked cop at that. Yeah, I guess she took over for Detective Howard.
So ain't nobody attack. No. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Ain't nobody attacking you, jokers. For y'all guys to go and whoever y'all want to do it. I'm telling the truth, man.
They legit.
This singing is legit, man. I don't want to hear singing, man. We ain't never hear Ghost and Thomas singing duets with one another. When nobody watch that,
bro.
I can. Hey, fellowshippers, I'm finna get the moral compass because if he remembers, the first episode of Power was Tasha's birthday and she was singing in the club.
Definitely was at the
who
club.
cares?
She was singing for her birthday, and Ghost got the call from Angie and left her birthday. It may not have been the first episode, but it was the first season, maybe the first 1 or 2 shows. But that was singing. So you said there was no singing in Power, but there was.
Oh, you know what? Also, one of our YouTube commenters mentioned that Jukebox did sing while they had Tariq held captive.
And I remember that when she.
I remembered it afterwards.
I remember that she said it too. Yeah.
So fellowshippers, keep going in and commenting and bringing stuff back to our memory because I'm not gonna argue with you guys. I'll argue with these 2 jokers, but I'm not gonna argue with you guys. If y'all call me out on something, I'm good, man. But I'm not feeling this singing at all, and it's not. I mean, it's not really hurting the show that bad, but it's wasting time from actual dialogue and story progression, in my opinion. That's all.
Okay, I'll give you that. And speaking of the commenters, we had a lot of good comments this pod last week's episode. So shout out to the commenters in the fellowship hall or the fellowshippers that were commenting. Y'all had some good comments, especially bringing up Breeze, who I forgot about. But now I'm like, when is Breeze gonna get introduced? Like I'm getting excited to see what's happening this season because Ghost and Tommy haven't even been involved yet, and we know that they're coming, so I'm getting more excited. But it'll be a big time jump, I think, for Ghost and Kanan, Ghost and Tommy to come in. So I guess we'll see maybe toward the end of the season or something. I guess we'll see. But nevertheless, it still was a pretty good episode. I feel like that this show's writing is not letting me down. It's not disappointing us, and I feel like that it can only get better. You know, this week they didn't do anything, but next week we see it's gonna be a lot of action. So I'm excited to see what happens next week. Big Ham, go ahead and close up.
Hey, we thank y'all for coming into the Fellowship Hall with the Twins and Ralph. We hope you enjoyed this podcast episode review of Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, episode 3. We're going to keep going at it, man. We're going to keep doing it. Y'all come back and check us out with this and other shows we'll be reviewing in the future. Hey, last week, man, we had almost 800 views on episode 2 podcast. But those subscriber numbers ain't equaling up. All right? Equal up. Don't call us for the booty call. Commit to us. Make some honest men out of us. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. All right. Become a full-fledged fellowshipper.
There you
all right.
go.
And when you become a full-fledged fellowshipper, you're going to follow us at the Facebook page, the Fellowship Hall. You'll be subscribed here on the YouTube page, the Fellowship Hall. You'll follow me on social media, Facebook at Raphael Hammond, and on and on Twitter and Instagram at HamDog22. We thank y'all for tuning in with us. Keep riding with us. Stay in the Fellowship Hall. And until we see you next week, be blessed.
Be blessed.